What's up, guys? Iceman here. So, Path of Diablo. Yes, the ladder will be resetting August 2nd, okay? That's like 4 days away or something like that. So, be prepared to face the minions of hell. I hope to see you there, brah. In hell. And a rough draft of the notes, the changes made to this patch, have been announced, okay? And we's gonna check somebody's shit out, man. I've been getting myself in the mood to play more Path of Diablo. This is my Vayman. She's pretty damn old at this point. She's level 92. So I'm looking forward to starting afresh, and I hope you guys are as well. And let me know what character you are going to be playing as this ladder reset. But anyway, Green Dude, the guy behind Path of Diablo, made a stream video just kind of going over a rough draft of his patch notes, okay? And I took some of this information and we're going to take a little look-see at it. Check this out. Here's a rough draft of what is to be changed this season for Path of Diablo. And Flame can no longer be cast while in town. I think that might have been problematic, right? Before, where a inflamed sword could be in town. I don't know how the fuck that happened. But I'm sure they got their reasons. Faith Runeword, the R level range is back to the original values, which now it ranges again. When you make your Faith, it could get a 12 to 15 Fanaticism aura. Now, I think it's quite essential for some builds to have at least like a level 13 Fanaticism in order to hit a final attack speed breakpoint. I'm not sure if that's still applicable to Path of Diablo, but if it is, it adds a whole new element of chance here. So ultimately, I think that's a good thing. It increases the rarity of a GG Faith bow, because they used to always roll with a 15 Fanaticism. So I'm thinking I like this change. Qual Keck recommends Calvin, aka Night Fallen Hero, his most experienced mercenary, to watch over you during your adventures. I'm not sure what that really means. Does that mean Qualkek has like a special mercenary? I mean, it seems like he does. You have to select this guy, Kelvin or Night Fallen Hero or some shit. Is he going to have special attributes? Maybe so. Let me know what you guys think about that. Why would he make note of that in the patch notes here? That's really weird. Fixed strafe skill description, which incorrectly listed 80% weapon damage. Smite now has an 8% damage synergy from Defiance. I know that the Smite Paladins, they weren't very common at all in Path of Diablo during the time in which I've been playing. So this buff, maybe this will make them viable again, right? Perhaps time will tell. But I think that's a good thing because I really didn't see any Smiters, the last ladder I played. So yeah, it would be nice to see some more variety here. A change of the prayer skill description, some change of the item labels, loot filter options. So yeah, just some. If you don't want to play with the loot filters, it sounds like there's going to be less shit in the way. Fire Blast no longer receives a fire damage synergy from Lightning Sentry. Fire Blast damage synergies increased from 10 to 12. Some change to the Gut Siphon Bow. The Cow King has returned. You will not lose the ability to open the cow level when he is killed. Now, last I checked, Green Dude said he was 99% sure of this. So Iceman's kind of scared to test this out himself. But I think that's damn good news, man, because I plan on making a Javazon for the ladder reset. And, of course, they really shine in cows generally. That's not the only MF that I do with her. But it's good to know that the Cow King will be there, and most likely I can kill him non-stop and get those GG drops. This is going to be toad as fuck. So yeah, I'm pleased to hear that the Cow King is back, and that it's designed so that we can kill him and continue making the cow level, and I'm assuming continue to kill him every time. Hopefully that's the case. Fanaticism has been buffed a little bit, which is a good thing. I noticed it was damn weak. It was damn weak in Path of Diablo. So they gave that some buffs. Blades of Ice, number of icicles reduced by half. The Blades of Ice Assassin, man, they're just so damn powerful. This is probably going to be significant, actually, because I believe a lot of their damage is around those little icicles, man, that just hit the enemy constantly. I think most of their damage output is from that, because those little icicles, they do a percentage of your weapon damage. So now that's going to be reduced by half. Holy shit! Yeah, so the Blades of Ice Vayman have been nerfed extensively here, I think. So we're going to see how this plays out. I think this is a good thing. They were too damn powerful. They were just too powerful, man. They could do everything. Like the Blades of Ice Assassin was the freaking jack of all trades. They could even solo the declone, no problem. And maybe they still can. I'm sure they can. It's just going to be more of a challenge, I would bet. I think that's a good revision right there, man. Yes, and these Vayman are going to be protesting like crazy. You know, they've been nerfed, so I'm sure that that's triggered them severely. So be prepared to listen and believe, okay, what they have to say. And what's next here? The fixed plague rune word. Oh, interesting. Which display the incorrect cleansing aura level. Visual only. What the fuck? I don't know. Uber Diablo laser lightning damage reduced slightly. Not sure if I like that change, but whatever. He was damn hard, so I don't know. Maybe more characters can do him now. We'll see. I'm curious to see how slightly that has been reduced. Charm rune no longer grants cooldown. I don't know why that was implemented. Probably because there were some cooldown classes that are just so GG. In fact, that Tyrell's Might build took full advantage of the Charm rune in like 4-socketed armor, 3-socketed helm. Is that Tyrell's Might build not going to be a thing anymore? That's interesting because that was really a character to strive toward. I never did. It seemed to be nearly unachievable, man. You needed all that GG gear. You need like a perfect Tyrell's Might, which we just never see drop anyway. And then you have to slam it with 4 sockets, you know, so there's all these variables to get there. But that's interesting. I wonder if that build's not going to be viable anymore. That Charged Strike Paladin, I think is what they were called, or something like that. But anyway, there's also a Druid who took full advantage of cooldown on all his gear. I wonder if they were too powerful. I'm not sure, but interesting thing going on with that. Yeah, I guess if anything, I don't know the depth of it, man. I never made either of those two characters, so I'm not sure what the reasoning is behind that. But let me know what you guys think. Thunderstorm skilling increased. I think that's a good change. Thunderstorm, I always thought it was such a Toad thing where you could just stand there and lightning will zap the shit out of your enemies. But it always seemed to take the back burner in terms of skill priority. So maybe there will be lightning builds now that will have a maxed out Thunderstorm. I hope so, because I think that would be Toad to have that implemented as a viable skill. Damage reduced of telekinesis. So another thing that the Vayman are going to be very unpleased with here, because with the Frost Nova Sorks, there's another hit to them as well, as you guys see here. Frost Nova Sorks, they generally, I think, would use telekinesis to kill the cold immunes. And so yes, they're going to be not pleased with this change. And here's another big one. The Frost Nova cold damage scaling reduced. I'm okay with this shit as well. They were too fucking powerful, man. I remember someone let me borrow all their gear last ladder. They said I could keep it all, but I think I gave most of it back. And my Vayman was so damn powerful. She was just face rolling everything, man. So I'm okay with these nerfs. All right. Teeth magic damage scaling reduced. Yeah, teeth necros were so fucking Toad. So I think that's a good thing. Some change with the bone armor, rune word. Yeah, this makes sense, but of course the really low level necros who make it, it's probably not going to be beneficial. The builds that don't max out their bone armor anyway. But yeah, overall it's probably a good change. Sacrifice doesn't siphon as much life. This is interesting. The unique grand charms of sigils and the orb of enchantments have been removed from the game. Yeah, really interesting change right there. I hadn't really taken full advantage of those items, and I just thought it was kind of annoying rolling those sigils. And plus, it took up space. You know, I don't think that's a bad thing that got removed, but it did add more variety to the gameplay. So maybe something else will take their place. I don't know. Interesting move right there to get rid of those. Um, I don't recall there being any super GG ones except for the Bone Necro one where it split his Bone Spear into two. So those folks are going to be fucking pissed, I would bet. But I don't know. We'll see how this all plays out. Maybe they're being reworked or something. But yeah, I didn't really take full advantage of them, so it's not really hurting me. But for the folks who like that Bone Necro, man, they're going to be fucking pissed, right? What do you guys think about that? The Bone Necro folks. Do you like that? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, the Infernal Trial fight has gone through some changes. It may be more dangerous, so be careful. What's the Infernal Trial again? Are those the tiers? Are those tier 1, 2, 3, 4? I forgot what the Infernal Trial is, man. Let me know in the comments below. That's not the Uber Diablo, is it? I don't know what the Infernal Trial is. I mean, I'm sure I do, but I just don't know that title for whatever it is. But let me know in the comments what that is. Whatever it is, it's going to be more dangerous. And it's weird because we read that they nerfed Diablo clone, but apparently this trial, whatever that is going to be more challenging. So that's good news. Yeah, more challenges added. Yeah, I think that's Toad. And then we got some item revisions here, all right? And I guess we'll check out those real quick. Check this out. I'm going to have the Venom take a back seat for a minute. Okay, check this out. New arrows. These are uniques. I kind of like this and I kind of don't, all right? And I know that's a logical fallacy, but what I mean to say is I just really haven't thought it through too much just yet. But who cares? You know, it doesn't really matter what Iceman thinks so much, so that's not really the matter here. But I'll say that the reason I don't know if I like the idea of unique arrows is because look at how towed they are. These ones give up to 192 max. Oh, it's fire damage. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I think this is great. My concern was I thought that was straight up max damage when I read them before. And if that were the case, these things would overpower like any rare arrow when it comes to pure damage output. So all of a sudden, it wouldn't be that endless search for those GG rare arrows with all those variables they can roll. It would just be, you need one of these unique arrows. Because they're going to have that max damage standard with them, and it's going to beat any other rare damage max damage. But that's not the case anymore. So that's Toad. Maximum cold damage. Oh, so what these are going to do, the Hailstorm and the Dragon Breath, what they're going to do is they're going to add a ton of elemental damage to your skills, I think. So they're going to make those Frost Maiden Venom more viable now. I mean, that's a ton of damage to add to it, man. Almost 200 damage to the cold and to the fire arrow skills, I believe is what that's doing. Yeah, so that's going to be Toad. I like that change because then you can go the elemental route, or you can do the strafe multi-shot route, or some variation of that, or physical, which I plan to do. But now with these arrows implemented, yeah, I'm going to be tempted to try out some sort of Frost Maiden build. And my plan was to make Amazon for the ladder reset. It's going to be my first character. And I know folks talk shit about that, but I don't care. I'm doing it for the challenge, man. I'm not going to make the cookie cutter short. Isn't my plan anyway right now. It might change. But I plan on just toughing it out with an Amazon. Even though it's not optimal to farm all the gear, you know, do the boss runs. I'm just going to make the job Amazon and tough it out. It's kind of my plan right now. So, yeah, that's going to be Toad to try that stuff out. And then they give you the fire arrow, 2 additional arrows, cold arrow, 2 additional arrows. So these are all, I'm kind of surprised to see. Are these level requirements accurate? They might be. And, yeah, but they benefit with your level, of course, these right 2. And then Magic Arrow fires 2 additional Magic Arrows. 5% Magic Arrow damage. It's not very much converted to Magic. Interesting, though. Without the sigil that benefited Magic Arrow, you get this. But this is interesting because it only adds 5%. The sigil added like up to 50.
But then again, you do fire 2 additional arrows now with magic arrow. So you could probably have that on switch with a bow to kill physical immunes. But we'll see. It is nice having the harmony bow on switch for the vigor aura. But yeah, interesting. I'm not sure how this is going to play out, but whatever. They're not super OP for physical, so the search for the rare arrows will continue. But these will be fun to play around with, man. I think that's a good idea. So at first glance, I think this is a good addition to the game. Yeah, as most of these new additions are, I think. They made some changes. He made some changes to these items here. Giant Skull, I think he added piercing attack to it. So that's Toad, because the Javazan and Bozan take full advantage of every bit of piercing attack you can give them. Arctic Horn Bow, now it fires 2 additional projectiles, Cold Arrow does. So that's Toad for an early Bozan. I plan to just go Javazan right now from the start. But yeah, for someone who wants to go Bow, maybe I'll find this and I'll go Bow. Who knows? And then Corpseborn. What did they add to this? The Summon Mastery, I think? And I don't recall it ever showing this. Corpse Explosion deals 5%. Plus 5% of maximum corpse life. Does that also include corpse explosions like 30% damage? Or whatever that is? I don't know. Or is this corpse explosion really weak and it only does 5%? I don't know what that means exactly, but we'll see. I don't recall it being overpowered. I don't know if this is a nerf or is this a buff. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. But here's the Hexfire. Now it has Hydra charges. Can summon 1 additional Hydra? Holy shit. Okay, so that's pretty Toad. And 3 to fire skills as usual. Man, this would be pretty interesting on a sword. You can fire an additional Hydra. That's Toad. Can you normally have 5 or 4? I don't recall what the max is right now, but apparently you get an additional one with that. So that might add for an endgame build. I don't know. Then you have Mavana's Embrace. Or Ravina's Embrace. It gives 40% to Freezing Arrow Radius, I think is the new attribute here. So yeah, all Toad stuff. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of these changes. What would you revise on these changes? Are there any that you don't like? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on those matters. And what other changes would you hope to be implemented? I don't know if this is all that's going to be added or if there may be more items or more revisions. I don't know. But I'll try to keep you guys updated. And I actually heard of this from Red Crow. He makes Diablo videos. He comments on my videos often. I'll leave his video in the description of this video here in my video description, right? I'll leave a link to his channel. So check him out if you want. He makes Toad videos. And yeah, so check him out. And peace be with you guys. Like this video if you will, become a patron. And yeah, we all need to support Green Dude for, you know, going forward with this. Doing the ladder reset, and on top of that, making all these Toad changes. I wasn't sure if I was going to make more changes or what, because I know he's probably been busy lately. But yeah, so thank you, Green Dude, for keeping this alive, man. And he has a Patreon account as well. So I'll link that in the description of this video. So the more folks who support him, the better, because this is the most Toad way to play Diablo 2 in my opinion. Not that I've tried them all, but I mean, this is just so Toad, man. Path of Diablo. And I always had hesitation on trying a Diablo 2 mod, but so many folks in my comments just started telling me about this, and I decided to give it a try. And I realized that this seems to be all around far better than playing on botnet, man. Like, quite an extent. Like, I really don't have any interest to go back to botnet, unless if I just want to go PK some folks. So, yes, we need to support Green Dude as well. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace be with you.